Am I the a-hole for telling my bio mom I can't be bothered to come to her wedding since she's just going to get divorced in a year? I, 17F, don't have a relationship with my biological mother, and honestly, I don't want one. I don't say that lightly. I've spent most of my life quietly wrestling with the fact that the woman who gave birth to me barely deserves to be called a parent. She cheated on my dad with multiple people, dozens I've been told, while he was deployed overseas, serving our country, and I was just a baby. That betrayal destroyed my family before I was old enough to even remember it. My dad found out and left, taking me with him when I was about 6 months old. He raised me on his own for a few years before meeting my stepmom. Now, she's not perfect. We've had our share of conflicts, but she actually raised me. She showed up. She was there for the hard stuff. That's what makes a mother in my eyes. Not biology, but presence. Effort. Love. My bio mom, let's call her Trina, made absolutely no real effort to be in my life. Growing up, I used to wait by the door with a packed bag for the trip she promised: spring break, Christmas, summers, only for my dad to have to break the news again and again. She canceled. She forgot. Something came up, and I'd cry every time. I was just a kid, trying to figure out why I wasn't worth keeping promises for. The only consistent thing about her was the annual birthday call. One call, once a year, like a chore she ticked off her list. That's what my relationship with her was. Eventually, I stopped hoping she'd show up. I have 4 half-siblings from her, each with different dads. That alone wouldn't bother me if not for the fact that she lies about it constantly. She pretends they all have the same dad, but one of my brothers looks exactly like the fireman she was sleeping with while married to someone else. It's like she lives in this fantasy world where no one notices the chaos swirling around her. The real turning point came last year. We found out she fraudulently claimed me on her taxes, saying I lived with her when I hadn't visited in 3 years. It could have gotten my dad in serious legal trouble. That was the moment I realized I wasn't even a daughter to her. I was just another paycheck. Something to exploit. A name she could slap onto a form for extra cash. I had to give a statement over the phone, and when asked why I never visited her, I told the truth, because I hate her. My dad tried not to laugh, but later reminded me to try to be kind because, in his words, she's still your mother. But is she? I haven't forgotten the last time I visited her, when I was 8. She was married to a man back then, one of her many husbands. I've lost count, honestly. And he was a monster. He abused me, verbally, emotionally, and there was an incident where it came close to something even worse. My dad lost his mind when he found out. The police were involved. There was a report. I didn't go back for years, and I still live with that trauma. Fast forward to now. Trina is getting married again. I don't even know what marriage number this is. 8? 9? I stopped keeping track after she divorced her wife, Lauren, the only decent partner she's ever had, and the only adult in her life who treated me like a human being. All I know about the new guy is that he's a boxer, he's got a reputation for being violent, and from what I've heard, he hits her. And yet, she's marrying him. She sent me an invitation. An actual, physical invitation, which was already weird since I have her blocked everywhere. But she didn't stop there. She messaged me on Instagram and said I needed to come, that I was her daughter, and this was a joyous day. I told her no. I said I had no interest in attending, and that my dad supported my decision. She went ballistic. She said that, as my mother, she could force me to come. I calmly replied that she hasn't had custody of me since I was 6 months old, and that she doesn't have the right to force anything. Then I said something I probably shouldn't have, but I don't regret it. I told her that I didn't see the point in wasting money traveling just to sit through a wedding that's going to end in a year, either by divorce or by the guy getting arrested. And I told her that, even though I hate her, I don't think she deserves to be abused, and she should really reconsider marrying this guy. Because here's the truth, I do care about her as a person. Somewhere deep down, I wish she could get her life together. I don't want her to end up in another toxic relationship. But I don't respect her. And I can't pretend like I do. Instead of listening, she just kept ranting. She messaged my dad. Then she messaged my stepmom. She accused them of turning me against her, as if I haven't seen her fail me for almost 2 decades. My dad was kind of amused and told me that while what I said was a bit harsh, he couldn't say he disagreed. He just wishes I could have said it nicer. Maybe he's right. But I won't lie, I meant what I said. And I'd say it again. I'm not going to pretend she's some loving parent when she spent my whole life proving she isn't. I'm not going to smile through her delusions just because she expects me to thank her for giving birth. Maybe I am the asshole for how I said it, but not for how I feel. So, am I the a hole for telling my biological mom I couldn't be bothered to attend her wedding because she's just going to get divorced in a year? Because honestly, she's never once shown me she's worth showing up for.